Hello, Mr. Traveler. This is Julie from business class. I'm going to talk to you about what I learned in my class in the chapter of ethics. Ethics are the principles of what is right and what is wrong. It can apply to the behavior or the actions of an organization, or it can apply to the individual members. Business ethics are the right or wrong in a business. So why do we need to talk about ethics? The reason is, just as every country differs significantly in its political system, legal system, and in their state of development, culture also varies significantly from nation to nation. So what is considered ethical in one nation may not be considered ethical in another country. Therefore, businesses that function globally need to understand and study why ethical differences exist and how to deal with it. Ethical dilemmas is a situation where none of the available alternatives seems ethically acceptable. Because ethics differs by the countries, it's not always clear to see what the appropriate course of action might be. Let me talk to you about a couple of ethical issues facing international business. Let's say a business based in the United States, a home nation, where there are relatively good, strong ethics, goes to China to do business. Being a developing country, China has ethical standards that are considered inferior to other developed countries such as the United States. For example, businesses will see that the working conditions in such developing nations are far inferior, where workers are required to work more than 12 hours every day and gets paid extremely low. In such cases, it is not clear-cut for businesses that are working there on which standards of ethics they should follow. Also, in many of the developing countries, what we consider basic human rights, such as the freedom of association, speech, assembly, are not protected. There are also the issues of the environmental regulations. The regulations on the environment is often lacking in developing nations. The level of corruption also differs by nation. For example, bribes are considered an unethical behavior in America, but in some countries, they are the common way of doing business. Lastly, businesses that work globally are faced with how much social responsibility they should have as they work internationally. Now, let me talk to you about a couple of philosophical approaches to dealing with these ethics. The first 4 approaches are called the strawman approaches, and they offer unsatisfactory solutions to dealing with ethical issues. The Friedman Doctrine pretty much says that all the social responsibility of a business is to make profit. As long as the business stays within the rule of the law, the only responsibility of a business should be to make money. Cultural relativism says that ethics are culturally determined, so that you should pretty much follow the ethical standards of that culture. This can be a problem because it's pretty much saying that if a culture allows cannibalism, then it is okay to follow that culture. The righteous moralist says you need to follow the ethical standards of your home country, the multinational's home country standards. And lastly, the naive immoralist says it is okay to follow unethical behavior as long as everybody else is doing it. This is clearly not good. The last 2 approaches to ethical issues are more favorable by many philosophers. The utilitarian approaches says that as long as the consequences are good, the actions are justified. And lastly, the Kantian ethics ask that people should be treated as ends and not means. Because people are not machines, they have rights and they should be treated as equally and as fairly. I'm going to finish up my video here because I know your internet is limited to 5 minutes. Hope your trip goes well and hope this video helps in dealing with international business in wherever you are. Thank you and have a great day. Bye bye.